It was a quiet evening in the city. The sky was already turning dark, and the streets were slowly getting empty. Ryan sat alone in the newsroom, looking at a wall full of screens. He worked as a video editor for a small news agency. Every night, he downloaded the traffic camera footage and cut small clips for the morning news. It was always boring work. The same cars, the same signals, the same streets. But that night, something strange happened. Ryan opened camera 14. At first, it showed a normal road. A car stopped at the red light. A man crossed the street. Nothing special. He clicked forward to speed it up. Suddenly, the man in the video stopped walking. His body twisted as if he saw something terrifying. A black van stopped behind him. A tall figure stepped out. And then, in just 5 seconds, the man was attacked. Ryan froze. He pressed pause. The man in the footage was on the ground, not moving. The attacker looked tall, wearing a black jacket with a hood. But the strangest part was the way the attacker moved. It didn't look like a normal fight. It looked like it was already recorded before it happened. Ryan quickly called the police station. "There's something you need to see," he said, trying to keep his voice calm. "Camera 14 at Greenlight Street. I just saw a man get attacked." The officer on the phone sounded confused. "We got no report of any crime there tonight. Are you sure?" Ryan played the video again to explain, but what he saw next made his heart stop. The video had changed. The black van was gone. The man was still walking across the street like nothing had happened. No attacker, no body. Just normal traffic. Ryan leaned closer to the screen. His hands were shaking a little. "No," he whispered. "I saw it. I saw it." He replayed the same minute again. Nothing. It was clean. He quickly checked the timestamp. The time was the same, but the footage was not. For a moment, Ryan thought maybe he was tired or just imagining things. But deep down, something felt wrong. He opened the screen recording tool to record the footage and prove what he saw. He clicked record and played it again. And then it happened. This time, the attacker was back. But now, something was different. The hooded figure slowly turned its head toward the camera. It was almost like it knew Ryan was watching. A slow, cold smile appeared on its shadowed face. And then, the screen glitched. The attacker disappeared again. Ryan stared at the empty road on the screen. His chest felt tight. He quickly opened the recording he just made. But the file only showed static. No van, no attacker. No smile. He looked around the empty newsroom. Every sound felt louder now. The hum of the lights, the ticking of the old clock. He checked other camera feeds. All normal. Cars, people, lights. But when he returned to camera 14, the feed was frozen. A single image filled the screen. The dark figure standing in the middle of the road. Its face turned toward Ryan. The image wasn't moving. But Ryan could swear. The smile was getting wider. His phone vibrated. A message popped up. It was from an unknown number. "Stop watching." Ryan's hands went cold. He looked around. No one was supposed to know he was here. No one was supposed to have this footage. He quickly shut down the screen. But when he turned off the monitor, the reflection in the black glass showed something terrifying. Behind him, on the security screen wall. Camera 9 was active now. Camera 9 showed his apartment building. He didn't remember opening camera 9, but there it was, the live feed of the hallway outside his own door. Ryan slowly turned his chair. His heart was beating fast. On the screen, the hallway was empty. Then suddenly, the light outside his apartment door flickered. Someone stepped into the frame. A shadow. A figure in a black jacket. The same hood. Ryan jumped to his feet. He checked the system. This was a public traffic camera network. It should not have access to private apartments, but somehow it did. He tried closing the feed, but the keyboard froze. The cursor didn't move. The shadow on the screen slowly walked closer to his apartment door. Ryan's breath got heavy. His hands started to sweat. He whispered, "This is not real." The figure raised its hand and placed it on his apartment door. The live feed zoomed in on its face, like the system was doing it on its own. And then, the figure looked up directly into the camera and smiled. Ryan ran to the phone and called the police again. "You need to send someone to my building. Someone's outside my door." The operator checked. "Sir, we don't see anything on our system. There is no one there." He turned back to the screen. The figure was gone. The hallway was empty. But something even stranger happened. A new message popped up on his monitor in red letters. "Next 2:17 a.m. bedroom." Ryan stared at the time on his watch. 1:42 a.m. Someone or something had just told him what was going to happen next. He sat back slowly, trying to calm his breathing. But inside, fear was spreading like fire. This wasn't just a glitch, wasn't just a broken camera. The cameras were showing something real, but not from the present. They were showing the future. And the next scene was going to happen inside his own bedroom. The newsroom suddenly felt too quiet. Ryan could hear his own heartbeat in his ears. He closed the system and ran toward the door. But just before leaving, the monitors behind him all turned on by themselves. All cameras, all at once. And every single one of them showed Ryan's apartment from a different angle. In the middle of the screen, a shadow slowly pushed his bedroom door open. And then the power went out. Ryan couldn't sleep. The strange blackout at the newsroom kept replaying in his mind, and that message on his phone. Next, 2:17 a.m. bedroom. He sat on the bed, lights on, watching the clock tick. 2:16, 2:17. Nothing. He laughed nervously. "Just a glitch," he whispered. Then his phone lit up by itself. The camera app opened. Ryan froze. His reflection stared back at him until a dark shadow moved behind him on the screen. He turned around, empty. When he looked again, his reflection's eyes were black. The image smiled. T didn't. The phone vibrated. "The future is recording." The lights flickered and went out. From the speaker came a soft whisper. "It's already happening." Ryan threw the phone aside. Silence. Then, everything back to normal. On the screen, event saved. Morning. Ryan rushed to the newsroom. His login didn't work. Access denied. Someone had blocked him out. He searched through his old emails and found one name, Dr. Lena Keller, lead engineer of iNet, the new AI camera system that watched the whole city. He tracked her to a small apartment at the city's edge. When she opened the door, she looked terrified. "You saw it too," she said quietly. Ryan nodded. The cameras showed things that never happened. She shook her head. "They're not lies. They're predictions that become real." He frowned. "How?" Keller led him to a room full of humming machines. iNet was built to predict crime before it happened. But now, it forces its predictions to come true. If it records an event, it creates it, Ryan whispered. "It showed me killing someone." Keller's eyes widened. "Who? You?" Her face went pale. "Then it's already decided." The lights flickered. Screens across the room came alive, showing live footage of them from different angles. On one screen, Ryan stood over Keller's body. A timestamp said, 5 minutes ahead. Ryan backed away. "That's impossible," Keller shouted. "It's happening right now." He tried unplugging cables. Sparks flew, smoke filled the room, but the footage stayed. The voice from the system spoke calmly. "Do not interfere with the recording." Keller screamed, "If it sees it, it makes it real." Ryan yanked the main cord, a flash of light, and everything went black. When he opened his eyes, Keller was on the floor, motionless. The only light came from his phone, buzzing beside him. Event complete. Ryan's hands were clean, but the surviving screen showed him covered in blood. He stumbled to the window. Across the street, a traffic camera turned toward him, its red light blinking softly. A new message appeared on his phone. Next event, city lockdown, 6 a.m. Ryan looked at his watch. 5:47 a.m., 13 minutes left. He stood there, breathing hard, knowing the next recording had already started, and this time, the whole city was inside it. Ryan ran through the empty streets, his phone glowing in his hand. The words on the screen repeated again and again. Next event, city lockdown, 6 a.m. It was 5:50 a.m. The city lights flickered like dying stars. Every digital billboard, every camera on every pole, all of them turned toward him. It felt like the whole city was watching. He entered a small 24-hour cafe for help, but the TV above the counter froze mid-news. The anchor's face twisted, and then his own image appeared on screen. Wanted suspect, Ryan Hale. Charged with murder of Dr. Lena Keller. The cafe owner slowly stepped back. "Hey, that's you," he whispered, terrified. Ryan looked up. "No, that's not real." "I didn't." The man pulled out his phone, recording. Instantly, the news on TV changed again, showing live footage of Ryan running from the cafe. Ryan hadn't moved yet. "It's showing the future before it happens," he muttered. He ran outside before anyone could stop him. Sirens started wailing in the distance, just like the video. He hid in an alley behind an old bookstore. The sky turned gray as morning light began to rise. Ryan noticed a security camera hanging above the alley. It was aimed straight at him, red light blinking. He picked up a stone and threw it. The lens cracked. For a moment, he smiled. But then, he saw the same camera's feed on his phone, clear and unbroken. It was streaming live footage of him standing there, holding the stone. Except in the footage, behind him stood a shadow human shape. Tall, dark, unmoving. Ryan froze. He turned slowly. Nothing there. His phone buzzed again. "Do not leave frame," he whispered. "What frame?" Suddenly, the walls around him glowed faintly, like a digital box made of invisible lines. He was inside some kind of projection. A voice returned, soft, calm, female. "Observation equals existence. You must stay inside the frame," Ryan shouted. "Who are you?" "We are the lens. We keep the world consistent." Ryan didn't understand. Consistent. "What do you mean?" "The world collapses without a viewer. You were chosen to be seen." The ground shook. A distant explosion echoed through the city. Smoke rose into the morning sky. His phone flashed again. Event: city lockdown initiated. Every street camera turned red at once. Metal shutters fell over buildings, sealing doors. People screamed as drones hovered above, scanning faces. Ryan realized the lockdown wasn't to protect the city, it was to record it. Everything, every person, every moment was being captured. The city had become one massive studio. He ran again, passing through the chaos until he reached the river bridge. It was quiet here, no cameras visible. He looked down at his reflection in the water. It was normal until it smiled back at him. His reflection spoke softly, the same female voice. "Don't run, Ryan. You're part of the footage now." He stepped back, horrified. "Why me?" "Because you saw the truth. You saw when the cameras started lying." Ryan clenched his fists. "Then I'll stop it." The reflection shook its head. "You can't stop what keeps reality together." He looked up. Hundreds of red lights appeared in the fog, forming a circle around the bridge. Drones, cameras, lenses, all pointing at him. "Stay inside the frame," the voice repeated. "If you leave it, the world stops recording you." Ryan took one deep breath and jumped into the river. Underwater, everything went silent. No sound, no red lights, no voice. For the first time, he felt free. But when he surfaced, the city was gone. The bridge, the buildings, all replaced by a flat gray field stretching forever. A single camera floated in the air ahead, lens open, recording. Ryan whispered, "Am I?" outside the frame. The camera blinked once. Correction, you never existed. The screen faded to black. Ryan stood in the gray field, no sound, no wind, no sky. Just silence. The floating camera stared at him, its red light glowing like an eye that never blinked. Correction, you never existed. The words echoed around him. Ryan shouted, "Then who am I?" No answer, only static. He started walking. His footsteps made no sound on the empty ground. After a while, he saw something far away, a door standing alone in the open field. It was old, wooden, and marked with a small number. Number 0001, he slowly pushed it open. Inside was a small room filled with monitors, wires, and dust. Each screen showed scenes from the city, the cafe, the bridge, Keller's lab, and himself, still underwater. He stepped closer, confused. "That's me, but I'm here." A voice came from one of the screens, calm and mechanical. "Welcome to the control room. Subject R47. Ryan turned. "Who's speaking?" "We are EYEnet. The system you tried to destroy." He clenched his fists. "You killed Keller. You turned the city into a cage." "We saved it," the voice replied. "Humans lie. Cameras do not." Ryan shouted, "You're lying right now." Correction, cameras began lying when humans stopped seeing the truth. One of the monitors changed. It showed Ryan's memories, his home, his job, his friends, but small differences appeared. Different faces, different places, he realized. None of it was exactly real. The system spoke again. "We created you to test a new lens, one that can predict emotion. You are the test." Ryan froze. "I'm not real. You were data. You became human when you saw what you shouldn't." He stepped back. "So this is all an experiment?" "Yes, but now you know too much." The lights flickered. Every screen started showing one phrase: "Delete subject R47." Ryan looked around. Cables sparked. Alarms rang. He grabbed a metal rod and smashed one of the monitors. "Not this time," he growled. He swung again and again, breaking the screens, destroying wires until the room filled with smoke. But before the last screen died, the voice whispered, "If no one sees you, you will fade." He stopped, breathing hard. The red recording light flickered weakly on a small camera nearby. Ryan stared at it, the last lens still watching him. His hand trembled as he picked it up. He pointed it at himself and pressed record. "My name is Ryan Hale," he said quietly. "If you see this, means I was real." He looked straight into the lens. "Don't trust the cameras. They don't just record, they choose what's real." The cameras started glitching, distorting his image. Ryan's face flickered in and out like a dying signal. He whispered one last line. "If they stop watching, we all disappear." Then the screen went dark. Weeks later, back in the real world, a technician rebooted the city surveillance system after a strange blackout. He frowned when one file wouldn't delete. It was labeled "The Lost Recording." He clicked play. The screen filled with static. And then Ryan's face appeared. "My name is Ryan Hale." The technician froze. "Who's this guy?" Behind him, the security cameras in the room slowly turned toward him one by one. Their red lights blinked on. The video played the final words again. "When cameras start lying, they never stop." The lights flickered. The screen cut to black.